What's up, everybody, and welcome into another day of post-show headlines. We're done for the day. We're done for the week, Johnny. We got 10 more minutes, and then we get to get out of here and only think about the Eagles and Commanders NFC Championship game. Probably too much, because now we're just going to be sitting bored and annoyed that we have to wait till Sunday at 3.
How about tonight? It's dry January in our house still. Board games, a little Netflix, and shrimp scampi.
Netflix and chill, or just Netflix?
If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm praying for you, man.
Who knows?
That'd be pretty nice. All right, so what we do during this, if you're just watching this for the first time, we get into 5 topics that we didn't get into during the show or didn't even prepare for the show, because sometimes I write these down right after the show comes to an end. So I want you to bring us back in time, Johnny, because you had a different experience than majority of Eagles fans in 2004.
Okay.
When the Eagles won the NFC Championship game and went to the Super Bowl. But they did it against the team from the city in which you were working in, and not just working like, a 9-to-5 job. Sports Talk Radio in Atlanta. They come up to Philadelphia. Eagles win. What was that entire day, and what was like the week after for you?
The week leading up to it was crazy.
I imagine.
John Clark actually came and did the Channel 10 News, his sports hits, from my studio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
As I did my show in full Eagle gear in Atlanta.
Which I respect.
That led to the next day when the mayor of Atlanta had me arrested live on the air, cuffed, and brought out of the city limits. And
Some people like that.
I was expelled from the city limits and not allowed to broadcast in the city limits Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Oh, my God.
In violation of an order from the mayor. And so I had to be on remote outside the city limits, and they sold it.
Okay.
They sold it. It was smart.
Good sales staff.
And then people came in and harassed me.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So we had a blast when it is the whole fun of it. Flying to Philadelphia, the Delta agents lost my bag. I was public enemy number 1.
Yeah, you were.
The whole thing. But I got to say, the fans, when they did win, they were more pissed at the Falcons than they didn't think they were going to win.
What were you like on the air?
Obnoxious?
Yeah, like, no, but I never hid win, right?
Look, I was like, look, I never hid my Eagles fandom in my 20-some years in the air down there. Never hid it. It drove the owner of the Falcons, Arthur Blank, to put a hit out.
Right, but like Monday morning, were you going like nah?
No. Well, first of all, it was the afternoon.
First of all, it was
the afternoon, which would be much better, by the way, to sleep in. It's much better. But I was like, look, congratulations to the Falcons on a great season.
Yeah.
But,
my team beat you.
And Jim Mora Jr. texted me a congratulations from the plane before getting
that's
on.
Cool.
So.
That's cool. All right, man. Question 2.
Yes.
There might be college kids watching this.
Oh, yeah, there probably are. We're big with the college kids.
Yes, we are. Aspiring media personalities. Or there might be people that are just watching and are curious.
Okay.
And I always like to do the peel back the curtain, let people see what, behind the scenes is like working in radio like this. I want you to talk about your experience working in Atlanta. And like you just said, you never hid your Eagles fandom. There are a lot of people that do hide their fandom.
That fake it?
That fake it because they think I need to be a 4-for-4 fan in Philadelphia or in Atlanta or any market because I want to appease to my audience. So what's your, insight, your perspective, all that kind of stuff on somebody that wants to get in the media, but they have to start elsewhere before they start from their hometown?
Well, the thing is, you can't mock the local fan base. You cannot be on there going like, your team sucks, my team's great. None of that crap. Don't do that. But what you have to do is just be yourself, and you have to be who you are. So as far as that was concerned, I was always a Phillies fan. I was always an Eagles fan. And it was that I let the audience know that. But we weren't doing content every day talking about the Eagles.
Right.
Talking about that. We were doing content. And I think over the years, it was 21 years doing it.
Yeah.
The teams grew to know that I did my homework and I was fair. And the only time I was going to root against them was when the team was playing each other.
Right.
So even when Matt Ryan came to town and gets drafted, kid from Exton, and Matt and I grew to have a very good relationship, it was always I would get on him for, you're not a Braves fan, you're a Phillies fan.
Right.
So we would have some fun with that, but I never threw it in the face of the listeners. But you have to embrace getting knee deep in your new community. You cannot just be like, well, talk about Philly every day. Can't do that.
Right.
You have to make sure that
But you also
keep
don't
it
want to
clean.
fake it. You don't want to all of a sudden say, "Oh, I'm a Falcons fan."
But no, don't do that.
Because there are people that do that.
No, there are
people that
there are people in this town that do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't be like
Not
that.
us.
No, not
all
us.
right. When
When
the Eagles win on Sunday,
when
what is John Kincaid's Sunday night from the time you leave the stadium until the time you rest your head? And then also, what's your next day? Obviously, we're working, but John Kincaid's been making reservations for restaurants down in New Orleans for months now. Months, okay?
Since the Ravens game.
Yeah, so still regular season. What's then your next step when you start thinking about New Orleans? So first Sunday night, and then the next steps for New Orleans for John Kincaid.
Well, absolutely, we will be. I'm going to make sure you eat well and you drink well. So I'm going to make sure that you see it because it'll be your first time in the French Quarter.
Yes, it will
I
be.
absolutely love it. I love it, and there are certain restaurants that I have to hit every time I go to New Orleans. So we're already in at them. And by the way, next week when fans try to do it, they won't be able because they'll all be packed with reservations.
Yeah.
But what the whole next step, Sunday night, there will be a tear shed.
Nice.
Because I will absolutely have happy tears, not in the press box, not around the building.
You got to be a professional.
But when I think about it at home, it was a hell of a year last year and a half for me, as you well know. So getting to see this again is something where I go, I didn't bet on seeing any of this stuff again. And we will bust open that bottle of Eagle champagne. Dry January will be done, and we will celebrate with that. And then Monday will be a party. And then Monday afternoon, there will be a trip to Rally House.
Now, hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
I think you're lying to the people. You keep
Why
on
is that?
saying Sunday night you'll pop the bottle of champagne. That'll be the end of Dry January. You have been telling us that you're going to hit up a tailgate, post-game tailgate.
I've thought about that, but I forgot about the fact that I do have my friends Paul and Ann in town.
They're going to be at the game. Paul and Ann can join you.
They could, but the thing is, there's going to be a party back in Landview, so I can go back and maybe call the neighbors over. A front yard toast.
Oh, I love
to
front
the birds.
yard toast.
I think that's probably going to end up being what it is, but then it will be dry February's out the window if you're going to New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Put it that way.
All right, this is out of left field because this is nothing Eagle related.
Okay.
But it involves the Phillies because it's a Major League Baseball discussion.
All right.
I read a fascinating article by Jeff Passan yesterday on ESPN. He does a great job covering baseball.
He does.
And he wrote an opinionated piece on whether or not the Dodgers could hurt baseball because how they're just spending money left and right. A lot of the contracts, like Shohei Ohtani's contract, money's deferred. So they're not worried about luxury taxes. He's making $1.5 million a year, but he's making so much in advertising that it's not killing him. Mookie Betts, same thing.
No.
He's got a Bobby Bonilla contract where he's going to be paid for years after he retires. So he wrote an article about how the Dodgers could hurt baseball or help baseball. It helps baseball because now everybody wants to see the Dodgers.
Right.
And everybody's going to root against the Dodgers. Leagues need enemies.
Yes.
The Houston Astros were perfect for baseball when Rob Manfred, I don't think he did it intelligently, but talked about how the trophy's just a piece of metal, blah, blah, blah. He made the Astros enemies. But if they win, he thinks it could hurt baseball because then you're going to say, what's the point of playing? The Dodgers can just buy everybody, and they're going to win a World Series.
Okay, here's what I'm trying to figure out, though, and when I hear this argument. I consider Stan Kasten, who runs the Dodgers and that front office and everything like that, I consider them to be geniuses and cutting edge. What do we celebrate here in Philly with the Eagles? We have a general manager who is genius cutting edge.
Right.
Because there is nothing stopping any other franchise from paying free agents or doing things the way the Dodgers are with the deferred money.
Right.
I think they're next level smart. And I actually believe if the Dodgers win, it would move more teams to trying to duplicate what they're doing. It's a way around what they're up to. But I think a lot of these whiners in baseball want baseball to have a salary cap. Do you realize, folks, the Phillies have the largest payroll heading into this season, not the Dodgers. So enough of the excuses about the Phillies and everything. Phillies need to step up and do something. Their payroll's larger this year than the Dodgers.
Yeah, by the way, not to rip Connor when he's not here, but all the players of, don't worry, this guy's still out there, this guy's still out there.
Yeah, where are they?
Anthony Santander, gone. Jurickson Profar, gone. So all these other outfielders, don't worry,
they're still there.
Don't worry. No, they're all signed.
They're rolling it back, baby. Much like Walmart prices.
Last thing for you.
Ironically.
Last thing for you. There is a chance, that it's Eagles-Bills in the Super Bowl, which is the world.
Epic.
The world might stop between these two fan bases, Philadelphia fans and Buffalo fans. Let me ask you, because you've been all over the place in your career with media. What are some of your favorite fan bases?
Oh, I think it's going to shock you. From when I did my national show, the Cleveland Browns fans were freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And we were big in Cleveland, had a big following out there.
And by the way, that team would win 2 games and they're still there for all of them.
Buffalo, always. WJR, shout out to WJR. Always a powerhouse of people talking football. I so want to see Eagles, Bills for the spectacle of it. And I also think that I don't know if Bigfoot's going to show up, and be there. But to me, anybody who wants, to see Patrick Mahomes, you're lying. You're full of it.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that again.
And I mean, the Bills and the Eagles would be a spectacle. They haven't produced enough alcohol to be able to handle what they're going to need for that week down there in Bourbon Street. But I would say to you, fan bases, those are 2, Buffalo Bills, Cleveland Browns, and I got to give respect in state. Pittsburgh Steelers fan base.
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
And they were spoiled rotten early. They haven't won a playoff game since the year before the Eagles won their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're going on 8 years now. 8 years. It's amazing.
I'll give you one. We talk about our friend Vince from Philly Sports Trips all the time. I flew out to Denver when the Eagles played the Broncos.
Oh, it's fun out there.
Dude, awesome fan base. The only difference is we're super drunk. They're just super high.
They're super high.
So when the game
it's the Mile High City.
When the game was over, all the Eagles fans wanted to keep on partying. The Broncos fans went to bed.
Yeah, they wanted to go to bed. No, they ate first, right? Weren't they? They have no munchies.
Well, I don't know. If you do it all the time, you might not be dropping into the munchies.
Okay.
Some might be able to speak off of experience. All right, so that'll do it for today's headlines. We'll be back.
Final score Sunday. You'd already picked, right?
Yeah, 30-28. I have it tight. Eagles win though.
34-20, and the Commanders score late to make it closer than it is.
I love that chesty prediction. We're always doing this every single day after the show. Post-show headlines. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Johnny, you're going to be on at 9 o'clock on Sunday. You're working extra this
9
weekend,
o'clock
too.
Sunday morning, 9 to 11, hanging out with first Andrew DeCecco and then Andrew and Bill, leading you up to the pregame show. Come on by and see us. We'd love to meet you.
Yeah, we'll be at Xfinity Live, so we can't wait to have a lot of fun with you guys before the game. And, of course, you can listen to the game here on 97.5 The
That's
Fanatic.
even better.
Westwood One's coverage with Ian Eagle and Kurt Warner, who may join us on Monday.
If the Eagles win?
Yeah.
When the Eagles win. Stop it with the if.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next week. Hey, guys. Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And, of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.